and welcome to the first iRacing Sim series. Kind of. Hello, welcome in, comrade.
Thank you for having me. Even though I'm probably not going to know anything about what's happening.
Well, I mean, at least it's practice. So,
Yay! I get to learn.
as you know, we do have quite a few, new things coming in here. As sorry, I wasn't as energetic, but basically, today we are here at Indianapolis. We're getting the track up right now, but there's a lot of difference between what we just raced at and Indianapolis with Indy cars, and I mean I think
Def-
that's a big thing that we want to talk about right now.
yeah. Let's see. Well, it's definitely going to be the debate against the alternates and the primaries again here. But that depends on what you believe. But this track is going to be a lot more, how should I put it? I guess full throttle racing.
Hmm.
With it being just that slight bank in the corner, it's going to be like. But how will we? What do you think about dirty air? Will that come into play here, or will that uh, kind of? I don't know how to put it. It's like, will
Yeah,
dirty air play a factor here, or will we not see a lot of it, especially in a track like this?
yeah, and I do want to kind of point that out. Like you said, dirty air. That's going to be a big factor. We have 15 cars. If they're all in one pack, that lead car is going to have to split all the air. That second car has some of the dirty air, but he's getting a lot of the draft down the straights. And that third and fourth car, they still have a pretty decent amount of dirty air, but it's not that much. Now, if you go ahead and look at the guy back in 11th or ninth, they're going to have a lot of that dirty air right on their car. So that's definitely going to be way more interesting to watch further in the back, trying to get them out of the dirty air.
But this track probably doesn't have as much dirty air compared to a road course due to the fact of going left and right. This track, with it being the way it is definitely gonna promote more drafting than dirty air. I believe we might see a lot more passing than we did last week.
Hmm. And I mean, keep in mind, last week, everybody's skill was at 100. Only few drivers, and I'll name them out: Comrade, JustCon, 8K, and Connor. Those are the only four guys to keep their skill rating at 100. Everyone else down to 98.
That could also play a factor here late with this race. Just that tad skill difference, but that could definitely be something to watch out for with that slighter skill rating higher.
And I mean, really, that's all that it can take. Really, is just one, skill rating, and that's it. Now, keep in mind, I think we can definitely still see some of the drivers that don't have as good as a skill rating, definitely be a lot, better than what we think we're gonna see. But that'll all be decided right now as we go ahead. Just waiting for someone to get onto the track. Connor will be the first one to kind of spawn in here. And now here's what I really want to point out. Keep in mind, last time he raced, that rear wing, it was a full-on wing. It had the back end going up, but look at the wings now. And let me try to find who is that just exited. I believe. Let me just go through my single numbers real quick, so that was the 5 of 8K. He's making his first runs. Look at the rear wing. It's not as defined as the other one is. It's not as much of a rear wing as it is just a little bit of downforce in the back.
Yeah. It's more of a NASCAR kind of spoilers, just there for rear downforce more than anything.
I mean, it's not really much there, is it? So that'll be interesting to see currently. And I'll be updating you on tires currently. Cool Car Guy and 8K both out, both on the primaries, just trying to get some laps in early on in this practice. And I think that's pretty respectable to see drivers come out on these tires, just trying to get some of the just get some of that nice rubber laid down. I think what we're seeing right now is we're seeing them just mostly want to do laps, put down laps, as you see Cool Car Guy just behind.
Have that rubber down to get a little extra grip.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a huge thing that we're going to be seeing today.
definitely.
As that 3 just behind 8K will be setting the first lap out of anyone today. Let's see what it is, though. And keep in mind, start finish is later on, so we could definitely see a good pass. As we have another 2 cars coming out, I believe that is Florida and somebody else. We're going to watch this just because Justcon, he's going to be right behind. I mean, he's already there.
Yeah. Like right there, they're going to be right bumper, well, wing to tail here, I guess I should say.
I mean, you're already seeing that right now. You saw how how close Justcon got, and with this draft, we don't
And
know.
really, the thing is, the bump drafting in these cars probably isn't going to work because that front wing is so sensitive to the touch. Like, oh, around the outside. Good pass. Wow.
Yeah, and here comes Comrade. Keep in mind, 8K set the first lap, so of course he will be the fastest. His teammate Connor also on a hot lap. Cam on his hot lap, and Cold Car Guy will set his lap 5 seconds slower.
Wow.
That 14's looking.
Different.
That 14's looking
Still
a bit slow.
There's 8. Ooh, Comrade, the 9 takes the fastest lap early in this run.
Yeah, and that 14, let's ride on board. It doesn't look like he's getting the throttle down like he wants to. No, in 4th gear. Maybe a setup issue or something, but he's just not getting that down like he wants to, which I think could be a massive issue for him. The 51 just up ahead, and we have a little 4-car tandem. I'm sorry, as we see that 51 trying to make a pass, and it'll stick.
He's going to make that pass here down the front straightaways. We've got a bunch of cars kind of in a little bit of a pack here. Do we see some dirty air come into effect, or we just see a lot of trying to draft up and see if they can get faster laps than what they're doing?
Yeah, and I think right now what we're seeing is some of these guys can get the speed down like they want. I mean, a lot of the guys that we're seeing that aren't as fast do have that lower skill rating, but it shouldn't be altering this slow. Right? We're taking 4 to 5 seconds.
Yeah. Definitely not. That shouldn't have been that big. I feel like it's just kind of a setups issue at the moment.
Yeah, I think.
Or maybe a grip issue. We see some guys coming into the pit early.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see lap times come back into normal here pretty soon. But right now we have these drivers that are kind of on their good laps. You have Comrade, Justcon, and keep in mind Justcon is a second slower than Comrade currently, but it doesn't look that way whenever they're racing like this, does it?
No, they look pretty much the same speed. But Justcon is a tad bit slower. That 9 seems to have a really good setup early on in this practice. He's going to go around the out. He's looking on that outside lane here off the corner to make the round, the 51. And the 51 brings it into the pits.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't really know what's happening with
maybe trying to adjust that setup. See if he can keep up with some of these other guys.
I mean, that's kind of strange from a, perspective of mine, is that some of these guys were really fast. And now, look at the 77, for example. He won last race, and he can barely get it in a 6th. I mean, letting off, and I think what I'm seeing right now is just a major setup issue. He's not comfortable with getting the car into the corner, so he's not comfortable with the car at all.
Now, most of these drivers here are new to the IndyCar. Most of them have only really raced stock cars and then trying to get, I guess, used to the more speed, more horsepower to the engines. Trying to figure that out and see if they can kind of make it better.
Yeah, no, we've seen Connor and 8K kind of closing out their lap times. But, I mean, really, all that we're seeing is just lap times. If you're a bit slower, is around the 44. And if you're in that top, your lap times are about a 40.
Yeah.
Which, it definitely shouldn't alter it that much. I think the, setups are just a little bit uncomfortable right now for most of these drivers. And we'll see what happens. I think this could just be an iRacing bug as well. But, I mean, they should definitely not be that slow right now. As you see Cool Car Guy getting back out onto the track and approaching more lap cars of 77 for that 5 of 8K. Been watching him for a bit. As we're about 8 minutes in. I don't think we're going to see as many crashes in practice like we did, last time at Long Beach, just because these guys are still trying to get comfortable with
Just
their setup.
we've seen a couple guys kind of find their stride in these early setups here, while others still try to figure it out.
Hmm. And so far, everybody on the primary is just trying to get some laps down, trying to, get this all figured out. But, I mean, really, I think this is an iRacing bug that we're seeing. I've never seen it do this before. Or they're, four and a
It
half
could
back.
be. It could be. Or either it's just that the 9 is so fast.
Yeah, it might be the track as well. I did pick the IndyCar oval instead of the normal oval. So I think that could be it right there. So actually, let's see if that's it. We're going to go ahead. Let's roll it to commercial. We will be back, but we will be at the oval state instead of the IndyCar oval. So we will be back with the iRacing Sim Series. Now, for now, on to commercial.
Heck yeah.
Game on, fellas. You guys are going down.
Oh, it's on now.
Let's do this. Are you guys sure you drive for a living? You guys ever played a video game before? Is that all you got?
Joey out of nowhere.
Dude, did you just put it in the wall?
He's got me on the high side. Whoa, watch him low.
We're gone. Dang, Joey, you're smoking today.
Just like Kyle's car.
Thank you, cover boy.
And Joey's bringing the heat.
How are you so much better than us?
Hey Kyle, is that NASCAR Heat Evolution?
Wait, who's playing the game then?
Eat my brake dust.
Pre-order now at NASCARheat.com. Rated E for everyone.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Did the little piggy cry wee, wee, wee all the way home?
Wait, wait, wait! Wait!
Max.
Wait, wait, wait!
Maxwell,
Yeah?
you're home.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Mrs. A.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
As a DJ, I know all about customization.
Alright, and we are back from the little commercial break. iRacing is loading up, and it is actually loading up pretty fast as we will get right back here. Keep in mind, only about 16 minutes remain in this practice session. The time actually went down by maybe a minute or two, so but I think a lot more drivers will find pace here right now.
Well, we will see as they start making their way on track for practice.
Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, paint schemes you have to reload in, but it seems like Trading Paints is loading them in right now, which is all really, really good. So far, only the 8, and it seems like the 51, and now that 9 is now out. And we'll just kind of watch and see who comes out right now and who doesn't. Looks like Juan is about to get rolling, so is Florida. Actually, Florida is rolling right now.
Yep. Making his way onto the track to try and see if they can get that setup down.
Yeah. We're seeing him kind of just slowly roll out of the pits. Kind of what we saw last time with Florida. So it does make you a little nervous about that if they've found any new, speed in that setup. But actually, we do have someone already kind of out. Juan just back there. He's kind of trying to find his pace. And we'll watch these guys' lap times and we'll see about them and how their lap times are. And if not, then, if they're not equal, then who knows. I definitely think what we were last seeing is an iRacing bug. Because now
it looks like they're a lot. They're a lot faster now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is they look a lot faster now on this configuration of the track. So I think we just got to use this configuration instead of the last one. But definitely, it's gonna be interesting. You have just on Juan Just Con, of course, going to be, a little bit slower, but he's definitely going to be right in that draft there. So definitely going to be very, very close to see those two guys battle in the draft and all that. Actually, another thing that I want to point out is the 77 and the 9. The 9 just ahead, but could still, he's definitely not in the draft anymore. Let's take a look back at Juan. Here comes Just Con, and Juan's going into the pits. So Florida just ran a 42.5, which is about what we've been seeing them run.
Yeah.
44 for Citrafari.
It still seems kind of slow.
Yeah, I mean, here comes the 28 out into the track. I think we're seeing that 51 kind of close the gap on the 14.
It's like Zombie, and then takes that pole. Wow, still 2 seconds off of Citrafari there.
About 3.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, this is weird.
Must be some iRacing bug.
As Just Con will go second fastest now. I mean, really big speed difference, as you can tell there.
Yeah, this skill difference may just... It shouldn't be that bad if it's only 98 to 100. The AK takes away the top spot.
Yeah, no, and I mean, let me check the ratings again, see if I might have changed anything different, but I mean, that is
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be watching this very closely. I mean, yeah, skill is all set to a 98, and that's strange.
Just kind of takes away the lead there. Citrafari and everybody below third place right now is 2 to 3 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, so it seems like you have 100, you're fast, but I think iRacing definitely having a bug, so we may delay or do something with this race. Which actually, we're gonna take a look at the schedule here. So it seems we do have truck practice in about 45 minutes. So
first truck practice.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting, talking about a lot of new stories here. But then here's something else that I want to talk about is instead of having that IndyCar FP2, right now we're going to actually open up truck clash opportunities. If you want to get into the truck clash, that will be open just about now.
Watch this. Now, Max, in order you to clean this mess, okay.
It'll definitely be interesting to watch those trucks get back out on track for the first time in a while.
I mean, yeah, like this is a pretty, it's gonna be interesting to say the least.
So,
And keep in mind, the Clash will have 10 drivers. Just whoever, kind of gets in first. But, I mean, there's 19 drivers that are racing on Saturday. I believe it's Saturday night. So, that'll be interesting. Currently, only 2 have gone in, and that's Cam and Beast. Those are the only 2 secured. So, hopefully 10 people can get in, and if they're not in, then of course that will be kind of, we'll just do max. But currently 2 people in for the, Daytona. And let's go ahead and take a look at Cool Car Guy. Let's go on board. I mean, I can hear it. they're definitely not comfortable with the power. I mean, you can see it right here. They are lifting quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. And actually, because this is a bit of a bug on iRacing with their speed right now, we're not really sure what's going on with it if you're just checking in like Mullet Man. We're not really sure what's wrong with this bug right now, but what we do know is about the truck flashes. So that'll definitely be soon, and hopefully we can do that. As of course truck practice will begin in just short of 45 minutes, so that'll be good. We are gonna kind of let IndyCar roll out here, but definitely exciting to see these NASCARs get back onto the track, isn't it?
Definitely. Especially since I'm going to be the main commentator, it's going to be better for us. But since I know a little bit more about NASCAR than I do IndyCar.
And something that I kind of want to point out here is keep in mind these truck drivers, this is where things can go wrong really fast in Truck Series.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, as a driver, you're going to want to look out for that. And keep in mind, of course, we're going to be talking about this a lot during practice, as new drivers, new teams, new regulations for NASCAR, right? Keep in mind, this is a NASCAR league, but we have about equal parts NASCAR and equal parts not NASCAR in this with the new IMSA series, which keep in mind, you can sign up for. Sign-ups are still open for the IMSA series. Roar before the 6 hour will be this Sunday, the 6 hours of Daytona. Keep in mind, we will start later in the afternoon and go into night in game, but of course it will be at 1 Eastern Standard Time on this upcoming Sunday. Make sure that you sign up. We have, I believe, 5 DPIs, 1 LMP2, and 3 GTDs.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and currently, I mean, a lot of these guys kind of just wanting to head on over to Daytona right now, and we will get there. And keep in mind also tonight, first Xfinity practice and Xfinity clash will be tomorrow. So we get racing tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and on Sunday there's 2 races. So we have a full, kind of couple of days ahead of us, just full of racing here.
Really excited for that, to finally get to hear those giant engines roar up again and get ready to go back racing in Daytona.
Yeah. I mean, you're always excited for Daytona, right? It's one of the most, best things that you can watch.
It is Daytona. I mean, how can you not be excited for it? Especially after watching the 2022 Daytona 500. After watching that, how can you not be excited? But there's always one track that there's always the track that everybody's always ready for. Right after Daytona, after the 2022 Daytona 500, you heard a lot of people talking about it. And we all know which track that was.
Auto Club.
No, I was going to say Talladega, but...
Oh, well, that's another story. So, definitely...
I was going on super speedway terms here.
Yeah, super speedway terms, then yes, it would be Talladega.
How do we think seeing those cars, them next-gen cars especially, on a track like Talladega Fair?
I mean, only time can tell there, really. I mean, keep in mind, in the IRacing Sim Series, we do not have the next gen, so definitely in real life that's going to be really exciting to watch, and hopefully we get to...
Also got Bristol Dirt coming up soon.
Yeah, that's going to be really fun to see in the next gens, especially with, in testing, a lot of drivers complaining about the steering issues. Do we see a lot of that come into real life? That's all the questions that will be asked then, and, we wrap up the last couple of 5 minutes here. Top 4 really just, kind of being there, as we've been on board for a couple of laps. I've just been getting things situated for trucks.
Yeah. Well, Now, well, do we think the trucks are going to fare different than those Xfinity cars, or do we think they're going to kind of fare the same way?
So from my personal experience of driving both on iRacing for quite a while, I can say Xfinity does handle a lot differently than the truck series. So it'll definitely be very, very interesting to see what those two guys can do. And you know, if I'm bringing this up just a bit, but like I said, IMSA. We have, of course, 2 NASCAR series, IndyCar, and then you have IMSA, the only road course, series on the iRacing Sim Series calendar. And keep in mind, with IMSA being here, there's only one race that, doesn't have, there's only one race in the series that is only GTD. And we only have 3 GTD guys. So, I mean, definitely sign up still open. You can for sure still do that. But, I mean, with so many DPIs, yes, you can race at, so many races. But there's one race where you can't.
Yeah. It'll certainly be interesting to see these new trucks and Xfinity cars get back out on track.
And water was just into the wall there a bit.
Ooh.
Let's go ahead and take a little look at it. Water into the wall late on in the session. I mean, we saw him kind of go into it. We were in the car just behind. So, I mean, let's see what happened. He's just running his normal lane and missed the entrance. And then... Oh, yeah. Now that's a bit strange. But I mean, really huge time gap. I think a big bug with iRacing right now. But yeah, definitely, it's gonna be fun seeing all these guys as we come to the last 2 minutes of this. As we see Citrafari go into the pits right now. Everyone has been on the primaries and all of that, but really, definitely gonna be some very interesting strategy gonna go on. And, we have a few series starting up and a few that are going to be continuing. For example, NASCAR and, IMSA now starting up and all that. But it's missing one big thing, and that's the Cup Series. We're missing out on that in the 2022 season. Now, if we do get them in the next iRacing update, we will put them in. And we will have Cup Series. So be on the lookout for that when we get closer to update time and we have information on are the Cup Series in, are they out, and we will race Cup that weekend that we get them, and we'll, kind of just follow the schedule through.
Yeah.
So
it really does kind of, suck after having those cars last year, but not having these new next gens this year to see, to race those along with the Xfinity and the trucks, but. I guess you gotta work with what you get, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, that is about what we're doing right here. Is we're just gonna work with what we get. Some drivers into the pits, and
that'll pretty much wrap up IndyCar practice.
Yes, that'll
Indianapolis.
Wrap things up. JustCon, fastest 8K, then Connor, and that is your top 3. And I think when you see us in the next about 30 minutes, we'll be a lot more excited. It's something that we've been anticipating for. It's been something that we've been waiting for. Daytona, NASCAR.
NASCAR is back.
And I'm excited for it. Trust me.
We are excited for the return of America's favorite motorsport.
Alright, so that will about wrap up today's coverage of the iRacing Sim Series IndyCar Series. We will now go ahead and go. Now the caution that the checkered flag is out, JustCon will be fastest, and we will see you all in about 30 minutes for Truck Series at Daytona.